here's a nice idea to consider. Imagine if you, yes you, could actually buy a graphics card. Like, imagine a world where cards are just, available and you can buy one from pretty much anywhere without paying 2 to 3 times as much on sites like eBay. Wouldn't that be a great world, right? Well, you don't have to imagine, because there is a little known way that you can get yourself a graphics card right now. Scalpers, they hate it, and everyone wants to find out how to do it. And the answer is simple. I don't know, just buy a pre-build. Now that may sound like a joke because I'm just such a funny person, I know, but that's actually something a lot of people have been doing ever since the shortages began. They would simply buy a pre-built PC from a site online who still have stock of current gen graphics cards and CPUs. Then they would simply rip out the parts they want to keep and then just flip the rest on eBay. Sounds like a pretty foolproof plan, right? It sounds really good, almost too good. It can't be that easy, right? And even though it is a good way of getting the hardware you want, seeing how a lot of these bigger system integrators do still have a pretty decent stock of current gen hardware, there are a few things you need to be wary of if you decide to do it, and they may just discourage you from doing it outright out of fear of losing too much money. But it is still an option, so let me explain to you what you need to look out for. The very first thing that drives many people away from trying this method at all is the fact that, well, it's a much bigger sum you have to pay outright, even though you will be making, at least hopefully, most of it back later. Because even though a lot of people would be able to afford to spend, say, $800 on a graphics card right now, spending, say, $2,000 just right at the bat would be a bit more challenging for others, especially after all the disturbances caused by the pandemic. So even if you'd still make hopefully a lot of that $2,000 back, it would still be a lot of money missing out of your bank account for days, if not weeks, maybe even months. And when it comes to actually selling your parts, well, even though right now it looks like the perfect market for doing so, seeing how so much hardware is being sold at ridiculous prices, so you could technically just price your stuff pretty high as well and still expect people to buy it. Thing is that not only would you probably get quite a few people calling you a scalper, which many people probably won't care because it's just free money, but you still probably wouldn't make as much money as you think for several reasons. Firstly, on sites like eBay, you wouldn't be able to label this stuff as anything higher than used because it has been used by the system integrator to actually build and then test the PC. And not to mention, you don't have any of the original boxes, unless you buy from one of the few system integrators that do send boxes with your order for whatever reason. So the fact that the hardware is used and it lacks boxes will make many people think twice about buying from you. Not to mention the fact that there are no boxes included will also make shipping the product properly that much more expensive, because hardware is fragile and you're gonna need to pack that stuff very well so it survives transit. So you're gonna be spending a lot of money on nice and secure packaging as well. Alternatively, you could just simply charge more for shipping, but that will make people even less likely to buy your parts. Another key issue is that even though it may seem like every single computer part right now is 2 to 3 times its price on eBay, some parts really haven't moved up that much. Mainly things like graphics cards, CPUs, power supplies and some motherboards have gone up. But other stuff like memory and some storage, especially lower end stuff, hasn't really changed. And that's all not to mention that there is some money you simply won't be able to make back, even if you manage to sell these parts at MSRP or even slightly above, because system integrators charge a lot, and I mean a lot, for the actual build itself, because the price of a pre-built PC isn't just the price of all the parts within it, otherwise how would the company make any money? So that's why it would be very hard to break even on that kind of thing. Both the fact that you probably wouldn't be able to sell the hardware for much above MSRP, and even selling it at MSRP would be a miracle, but also the fact that they charge a lot of money for assembly. Well, it means that breaking even is just not an option unless you get really lucky with your eBay listings. Another issue is that many of these system integrators have also been scalping graphics cards and CPUs, and now they charge way more for the pre-built PCs that do come with these rare parts to fall more in line with scalper pricing. But when you get past all that, it is a legitimate way of you getting the hardware you want during the current shortages. And if you find the risks and don't really really care about breaking even, you'd still definitely pay way less for this, you know, buy a pre-built PC and then sell the parts you don't need, than paying for the graphics card itself on sites like eBay. And this solution, even if it's not MSRP levels of good value, it's still at least a solution we have during the current situation. So let me know if you're gonna attempt this yourself, or if you already have, let me know how it went down in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear your stories on how you're surviving in very creative ways this whole tech drought. And if you want to see me do more videos about, you know, some roundabout ways you can get hardware and stuff like that, then also let me know down in the comments below. And of course also like the video to let me know that you, well, liked it. It's kind of what a button's for, you know. Also, while still here, if you want to help support the channel monetarily, then I also have a Patreon, which is coming down in the video description below. Even $1 a month goes a long way in helping out my channel, and it allows me to make way better videos along with videos on way more interesting topics. I'd also love to thank my existing patrons Gavin Burns, Ryan, LKB, Meg Sumner and Blake the Rake. Thank you guys so much, support truly goes a long way. Down there you're also going to find the Amazon Associates links where you can get some actually available hardware on Amazon, and if you use those links you don't pay anything extra while we get some of the money, so it's a win-win. Plus down there's our all customs link if you want to get 5% off on awesome customizable keyboards. Plus down there's our Discord server as well if you want to talk to me or others like this or whatever else really. Plus down there is our social media links as well. That's a lot of stuff, but anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.